What up? What up? What up? What is going on? Let me move this mic real quick. What's up, you guys? We are live. We are live. Bitcoin, all-time high. All-time high, you guys. So we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about Tory Lanez. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. All right, jump on in here. Let me tell everybody that I am live. Make sure everybody's in here. I think we're going to have Leslie come in here too, you guys. What's up? What's up? I hope you got your bags packed, you guys. I hope you got your bags packed. Let me make sure everybody let me see. I'm live. There we go. I'm live. There we go. Let me make sure everybody knows I'm live right now. All right. All right. Let's go. So you guys, Bitcoin, all-time high. All right. So let's just jump right into it. I want to show you guys. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. So right here, we are at currently 109. So the all-time high just hit. We were at, I want to say, let's see, I think it was 110. Let me make sure I'm on the right Wi-Fi too, because the Wi-Fi, let's see. Where's everybody at? Drop your cities. Drop your cities. Drop your cities below. Drop your cities below. I see everybody in the chat. I see you guys. I see you guys. So yeah, all-time high, you guys. 110. Has the bull run started? That is the question. Has the bull run started? Somebody said, "What's up? What's Tether up to then?" I don't know. Let's see. I mean, Tether's still hanging around, so I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. All right, but we are at an all-time high. Looks like we got the one and only Leslie in the building. Hey,
Wait, we're live, right?
we are live.
I hear other voices. Hi, Maverick. How are you? Thank you for
I'm
having
good.
me on.
Can you hear me?
There we go. It was me, not you.
Okay. Okay. Got you. That sounds very familiar when you're like breaking up with somebody. Like it's not me. It's not you. It's me.
It does sound
but
very familiar.
but how you doing though?
I am doing good. How are you? Are you excited? Bitcoin is like through the roof right now.
Yeah. So that's what I was just talking about, right? So we're back at 110. All right. So what do you think is happening right now? Has the bull run started?
I, you know, I am not going to FUD Bitcoin because I do buy Bitcoin. And I always say that Bitcoin is going to retire my bloodline. But I mean, it could be pumping too. We have the Bitcoin conference coming up next week, and then we have the whale games where it's like you have these whales that possibly maybe coordinate, pump and dumps.
Right. Could be. It
Do
could
I?
be. So going into Bitcoin Vegas, it could be momentum for that too, which I'm thinking, which is, only what, a week away or less than a week away.
Yeah,
Not
it's
to
next
mention,
Tuesday.
yeah. So not to mention, a lot of people don't know about this either. XRP has a conference right after Bitcoin,
Hmm.
which is happening like a day after, and that goes on for like 2 3 days. So they could be setting the stage. I think so, because it's going to be the biggest crypto conference on earth.
Yep.
So what is XRP at right now too? Let's see. It's at 240. All right. It's not bad. But they could be setting the stage. Somebody said in the comments, Tether minted 2 billion tokens yesterday.
Wow.
So just so you guys know, when they mint new coins, obviously it's more liquidity. They're getting ready for something. So 2 billion coins is crazy. That's $2 billion. So could be. Do you have XRP?
I do.
Okay. Okay.
Do
So yeah,
you?
I have XRP. I have XLM, XDC. I'm giving out the gems, you guys. Stronghold is a good one. So all these tokens, you guys, they're part of the real world asset ecosystem. So everything's gonna be tokenized. But yes, I do hold all that stuff. So exciting times.
I need to buy some of the other ones that you mentioned. I don't have all of those.
Yeah. So everything's gonna be tokenized to, when it comes to real estate, stocks, cars, everything. So I think that, oh yeah, somebody said H bar in the comments. H bar is a good one. So I think that, we're getting close, because I just saw too, and I'll pull this up. There was a bill that was passed with Texas, I believe. And
Yes.
yeah, for the strategic Bitcoin reserve.
Yeah, we're actually going to be talking about it later on tonight. I don't have the script yet, so I can't talk about it.
Okay, okay. So let's pull this up. Texas House. So I'll pull this up real quick. So yeah, it says, let me see. Pull this up. So it says right here, Texas House officially passes strategic Bitcoin reserve bill. So, in a landmark development cryptocurrency industry, the Texas House Representatives officially passed strategic Bitcoin reserve. So that could be it too. You know, Texas is a huge crypto hub, so that could be sparking that too. So
Yeah,
I guess,
and if people don't know, Texas does have the biggest mining facility in the world, Bitcoin mining facility in the world.
okay, makes sense. And you
Mhm.
know what it is too. Like they have their own power grid and everything
Mhm.
else.
Which
So
sucks during the winter. They're not
yeah,
prepared
because
for
you're
that.
from Texas, right?
I lived in Texas, yes, and I was there through that snowstorm that we had, and oh my goodness gracious, we were not prepared.
Got
It was
you.
horrible.
Yeah, because those like, and that's the thing. I was in Dallas not too long ago, like a couple months ago, and the weather gets crazy down there. I haven't
Mhm.
experienced like that type of weather. So,
You think it got that what do you mean by crazy weather? I don't think it's just the humidity. The humidity
well,
is horrible.
the thing is, like tornadoes were happening, like blackouts were
Oh,
happening.
then that's normal weather.
Oh yeah, see, I can't deal with that. No, I'm good. I'm good.
I like
And they
tornadoes, so
and they controlling the weather right
yeah.
now with HARP and everything else. Like we can go down the conspiracy rabbit hole real quick, because they
Yes.
do control the weather. Not too long ago, they had a huge, I think it was like 6.5 earthquake in Texas.
Yeah.
So when does Texas ever get earthquakes? Never. It's weird.
Rarely. I think Texas is one of those states that really wanted to separate itself from the rest of the United States. It wants to become its own country.
Well, at once it was. I believe it was like 18, I want to say like 1850, 1860. It was its own, sovereign state.
Yeah.
And then, then America got it from Mexico. But yeah, it was the Republic of Texas.
And
So
they're
I can see that
still
happening.
working towards that.
Yeah, I can see
I
that
mean, when I
happening.
was there, like all this craziness was happening. I don't even recall a lot of it, but I'm like, I need to get out of this state.
Yeah, it's like its own country because
Hmm.
it does feel like its own country, legit.
No, it really does.
Yeah. Somebody said I have a small sack of H bar. I also bought 400 Bitcoin for 2 grand in 2010. Do you still have that Bitcoin? Because you be sitting pretty right now. 400 Bitcoin, like you would be sitting nice right now.
I wish I can go back in time. I remember the hype around Bitcoin when it first came out. And I was signing up to a site to buy Bitcoin, and somebody told me, it's don't buy it. It's just crap. It's fake internet money. And it was cents back then. And I regret it so much.
You know what? Like when people say that, people act like the dollar right now isn't like digital. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's internet money," and all. It's like you don't think that your money right now is internet money. Like it's backed by nothing.
Right.
Like the dollar, the fiat currency is backed by nothing. The petrodollar's gone. It's not backed by gold. What is it backed by? Nothing. The imaginary, trust that we have in the Fed that they just print up at will. Like that what we're going into is a utility based system. Like utility is the new currency. And I always tell people that. Like it's not about, the currency itself, but what problems does it solve? We're
Yeah.
going into a utility based system, and I think that's new currency. So yeah, when people say that, I love that argument. I'm like, oh well, what is your dollar backed by right now? Nothing.
At that was years ago, and I couldn't even have those type of arguments. I was not very well versed in Bitcoin. I just started seeing there, and one friend recommended it. And now I can go back and have those type of conversations, but before then I was like, okay. And it was that one time that I listened because when I was younger, I was such a hardhead and I always did whatever I wanted to do. And that was like the first time that I ever listened to someone, and I was like, man, I should have not. Why?
Uh, does that make you a little jaded?
I want to go back and punch this person in the throat so bad. Like, can I say that?
You can say that, of course.
Oh my
This is
gosh.
hey, you forgot where you are. Like on my page, you can say anything. Well, almost anything. I do.
Almost anything. Yeah. Now I look back and I'm like, the one time I listened. Now, if I could go back in time just for one thing, I'm like, I would punch this person right in the middle of the throat. Like, don't
That
talk
is
no more.
that's crazy. Well, live and learn. Live and learn. But I think that we are going into the bull run because it's summertime. And if you remember the last cycle, this is the time it really kicked off. Like when the halving happened, and then in 2020 and then 2021, it went crazy into we went into the bull cycle into the summer. So I think it's the same cycle.
Yeah.
Somebody said backed by the war machine. Here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing. The dollar, when you say it's backed by the military, are you going to go to the store and then bully your way in to go buy some bananas with like a gun or something? Because that concept to where we're backed by the military is such on a grand scale. By the time it gets down to you, it does not matter. Like, unless we're bullying people and just stealing and taking whatever we want, then yeah, that makes sense. But we're talking about a real scenario and what our trust system is based off of. Okay, it's a this system when it comes to cryptocurrency It's a utility based system. We know what it does. We can see everything. It's transparent, right? So when they start implementing, tokenization and everything else, we can see it in real time. JP Morgan just the other day, and I don't know if you heard this, Leslie, but they actually did their first transactions of US Treasuries on blockchain. They actually
I
tokenized it.
did hear about it, yes.
Yeah. So it's happening, you guys. So that's the system we're going into.
I just
Okay.
have I think you have to do another show, conspiracies, blockchain, where we going, all the research that I've done and what my conspiracy is about putting everything on the blockchain and the route that we're going. Because it's like we speak about decentralization and being decentralized, but are we really, or is this just another way for them to track and monitor everything? Because it stays on the blockchain, it stays on here, and there's no way for it to, we can't delete it. Everything is
I
very
mean, yeah, in a sense. In a sense,
I mean,
okay. I
we
mean,
yeah, okay.
I do agree to some degree, but I think that it's a double-edged sword. I think that if you do take control now, and this is why I tell everybody when it comes to AI, when it comes to
Mhm.
crypto, get ahead of the curve now before these institutions take over and try to like be the barrier to entry to where you got to go to them instead of being self-custodial when it comes to your crypto or having your own AI. I was just having this conversation with somebody before I got on here. They were saying that, well, what if AI, takes over and everything else? I was like, well, if you train your own large language model, then you have your own AI to work for you and protect you because you can train AI. It's like a kid. You can do anything with AI if you train it correctly. You could have it work for you and protect your systems, protect your, whatever the case may be. But that's why I say fight fire with fire. So have your own AI and then have your own, because you don't want to use somebody else's AI. You don't know what it's trained for, and like you're in their ecosystem. We're just back
And what do
in.
you mean? What do they mean by AI? Like having an AI robot living with
Yeah,
you,
having your
or
own
just like
AI.
an operating system that we kind of use daily, like ChatGPT, or anything that we may use or corporates use for daily uses?
Really just training your own AI. So I've been doing that for like months. I have my own AI that I'm going to launch soon.
Yeah,
It's pretty much everything that I know, and I've trained it into a way to where it's like it works for me, not, the system at large.
yeah.
Right? And you can have AIs like locally built on your like whatever your desktop, your laptop,
But
so on
where
and
is
so.
all that memory and all that information stored? Will it be stored on a cloud?
It can be cloud based, but when you're training it, it's your own personal AI when it comes to if it's like based on your laptop or your desktop. It's not using somebody else's servers or anything else. So it's just using your own computing power when it comes to your laptop or desktop.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know that you can actually have and train your own AI locally.
Yeah.
So, but I digress. Somebody said it on Chainlink. Yeah, Chainlink is a good one too, you guys. Chainlink's a good one. That's gonna solve uh, the supply chain or help the supply chain too. So it's a lot of stuff coming up with crypto though. The tokenization is what I'm really excited about. The tokenization part, because like I said before, you guys, everything is going to be tokenized. Everything, everything. So I think that when it comes to real estate, I'm big in real estate. That's going to be one of the first sectors that's going to be heavily affected for sure. What do you think? Where do you see the tokenization part of things like happening in the next like 5 years?
No, I agree with you because I've been in this space already, what, for a couple, 2, 3 years. And I remember when people first started speaking about real estate RWAs and all that stuff, and it was very uncommon. A lot of people really didn't know much about it. And now you're hearing about it over and over and over. And I think we are going to a world where we are going to be completely digital. It's like where, I don't know, I want to
Yeah,
talk a lot of conspiracy, but I think, yeah, we are completely moving to.
we're going there. We
We
are
are.
going there. I think that again, it's a double-edged sword. So I think preparation eliminates fear. So as long as you're prepared, you're good.
Yeah.
Um, I
I
do
think
have to. Oh shit, my computer's dying. Let me grab my charger real quick. 1 second. Sorry guys, let me get my charger so my shit won't die.
people, AI is taking over the world.
That's not a bad thing.
It's been here for centuries. It's been here for years. And if you don't want to believe it, just because you're seeing more of it every day, it's been here. It's been in the shadows. And we have been feeding it information for a long time.
So do you think that they've been using technologies without our knowledge? As
Oh,
far as
absolutely. Yes.
okay, there we go. I'm
Yeah.
good now.
Absolutely.
How so?
I mean, it's not that with certain things that were right in front of our face, we were just oblivious to it. You know, if you ever worked in with any corporations or major banking institutions, they already had AI, working for them, certain systems, certain processes, and you're just feeding it information and you're basically training it. And it was painted out to be a system that they use to ensure that the it's efficient and effective and it just speeds up your workload. And
Right.
basically you're feeding it, you're feeding it, you're feeding it, and then one day it knows how to do your work more precise, faster, and then you're out.
Right. Well, speaking of that, I've dropped a video and I want to get your thoughts on this.
Okay.
So this Elon just did this.
Did you hear how Elon has a patent on
telepathy and telekinesis? He just filed a patent with Neuralink.
Could it be that Elon has some sort of supercomputer that can solve basically any equation? It sounds like AI is solving pretty much everything.
Well, here's the thing too. You file a patent for those things. That means not only you have it, you're gonna use it for your products, right? So like Neuralink, he's putting chips in brains. Obviously, that means you're moving stuff with your mind, reading minds. So he's filing a patent for that because he's already successfully done it. Because how else would you file a patent for it?
Damn.
When it comes to AI and everything else, this is why even X, he sold X to his AI company. He sold X to himself. So his AI company now owns X.
Get the fuck. Robots are now building themselves. We're building thousands of robots a day. So what is he building robots for?
I'll tell you why. The reason he's building robots is because, again, he has an AI of his own, Grok. Where do you think Grok is going to be placed next?
In the robots.
In the robots.
So there you go. Okay. So I think that, well, first let me ask you this. Do you trust Elon?
I trust him as far as I can throw him.
Oh, okay. All right. So why? Why is that?
It just really goes back to what I believe in, my principles, my morals. I believe in God, and I think that you shouldn't play with humanity and, try to play God. And I do think that that's what he is trying to do. So that's why I don't trust him. There's just so many things that are off about this person that, I mean, is he a genius? Yeah. Doesn't mean I have to trust him completely.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get us. I'm messing with this, guys. I don't want to do that, but let me pull this down. But yeah, I think that when it comes to Elon, you guys, I'm on the fence. On one hand, I do think that he is trying to help humanity. But when you have people that is getting chips in their brains from his company, Neuralink, that's one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he's trying to take humanity to where? To Mars.
Mars.
So you have people with chips in their brains on a planet that doesn't have any government or any kind of system in place, and you're basically a god there. You make the rules, you do whatever you want. Because who's making the rules on Mars?
No one.
Right? So that's another thing I think about. I'm like, okay, if you're taking people to Mars with chips in their brains and you have their thoughts, because he filed a patent for telepathy and telekinesis. Telekinesis and telepathy is like reading thoughts and moving things with your mind. Okay. So, and I did that video, and then someone commented and was like, oh yeah, a patent doesn't mean anything. Well, here's the thing. Regular Joe Schmo, yeah, it doesn't mean anything when they make a patent, right? It could work, could not work. But when the richest man on earth files a patent for something, that means something. He's not just dicking around, just filing patents. And the fact that he actually was successfully able to do it, he took a paraplegic man, put a chip in his brain, and he was able to move the mouse with his thoughts. This is already documented. This is already happening.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to file a patent on it, and here's the thing about patents, you guys. Most people don't know this. You can't file a patent on something that's natural, right? But this is how the pharmaceutical companies do it. They can't file a patent on something like a tree or something natural, right? But what do? They man-make it with chemicals, and then that can be patented. Same thing with telekinesis. Now, you can't just file a patent for telekinesis, but if you have a method with a chip that has that sequence in it, now that you can patent. So think about it. He created a type of telepathy and telekinesis to where he actually was able to file a patent for it because he made a man-made chip. He made a man-made mechanism to patent it. So that's where the correlation is.
But can you imagine even putting something in your brain where it can influence your thoughts, your desires, your decisions? Like it has access to all of that. It's just wild to me. And
Yeah.
then it's like conspiracy. Everything is we're gonna say everything is a conspiracy, but it's like, can you imagine him too? It's like trying to get humanity, putting this brain chip into all of our brains, and then he's gonna have control. He's gonna have a neural network and be able to see. Can you imagine he does that and then he syncs all our thoughts? He pushes collective behavior out there. Um, Manipulation, social manipulation is just, we're
I
not going to
mean,
be humans anymore, like completely.
and that's the thing. I think that when it comes to these chips and everything else, I really think that we have to be able to use these technologies, and that we gotta reskill, because what else are we gonna do, right? We're just gonna fall into their whole ecosystem and just use everything that they're
Yeah.
offering to us, or have our own. And I know you got to go soon, right? You got to go in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I think. I think that just learning these technologies and getting ahead of it is the best way. Somebody said there's a couple of members in VIP. Yeah, you guys, I just started that group. So if you guys want to get into Break the Matrix program, I'll pull it up real quick for you guys. It is on School, and I just started it just the other day, you guys, because I'm building a community. It's not a program, it's a community to where you guys can come and learn stuff. I'm going to be teaching sovereignty, crypto, pretty much everything that I've been talking about, but now it's just in one localized place. So I'll pull that up for you guys. So just go to my link tree on my Instagram. That's the best way, but I'll pull it up for you guys real quick. So I just started it, you guys. That's the program. Here's a classroom, real estate hacks. I got get ready for the bull run. So it's a class in there, We got a calendar. So like when we do like calls, you'll be able to see it. So it's in my link tree. You guys just go to my link tree. But yeah, so I just started, and it's a community too. So I'm looking for people who are like developers, engineers, plumbers, electricians, because God forbid that something goes down and everything goes to shit. Guess what? Nobody has these skills anymore. So if you have a community of people who have these skills, now we're all leaning on each other. Okay? So that's what we need to get back to, is teaching these things and sharing the codes amongst each other, because if the grid goes down, guess what? You don't know how to garden, you don't know how to plant a tree, nothing. Just saying. So yeah, make sure you guys get in there. Yeah, so I know you gotta go. You gotta take off. So I appreciate you for coming through.
I do. Thank you
Yeah,
for
for
having me
sure.
on.
Everybody go follow Leslie. She's on
No.
X. That's her handle right there. Just look up Leslie Mata. Go follow her, you guys. So Crypto Blood, I see you. What's up?
I'll talk to you
Yeah,
later.
appreciate you. All right. So you guys, yeah, going back to crypto real quick. Crypto Blood, what up? I see you. Said that's criminal. That's only 2 members. Hope to see you in the VIP. Yeah. So make sure you guys get up in there. Appreciate you guys. This is where I can really interact with you guys, because a lot of platforms aren't the greatest. This one's really good. So you go to the community right here. You can message in here. I'll be uploading a lot more stuff. You'll have access to my my books. You'll have access to my courses. We're gonna do weekly calls. Everything is in here. So I just started this, you guys. Break the Matrix community. Make sure you go to my link tree and tap in there for sure. So, and if you don't know my link tree, I'll post it right here. And this is where I can actually interact with you guys, because there's so many different apps and different things. Just go to my link tree and it's just right there where it says community, Break the Matrix community. So I don't care what skill you have. If you're an expert, novice, whatever you do, we need to create communities, you guys. All right. How long you been streaming? Send a link if you're just getting started. Okay, I'll send you a link. I'll DM you a link so we can chop it up for sure. You say somebody got a 50x long on link. Oh, damn. That's crazy. And I have a Bitcoin event, you guys. If you're going to be in Vegas, next week, the biggest crypto conference is here, you guys. I'm doing an event. Creators on chain. I'm going to be tokenizing media. So I'm going to be explaining what that means. It's the new age of tokenization. So when it comes to real world assets, you guys, it's here. So I got Sean Kelly. And then, of course, you guys just saw Leslie. She's going to be there. We're going to be doing a panel. So make sure you guys go to my Eventbrite and then tap in with me for sure. But yeah, crypto, I'll send you an invite too. I'll send you an invite right now so you can jump in with me. Check your DMs. I'll DM you. I'm going to DM you right now. Where are you? All right, Crypto Blood. Check your DM on X. Check your DM on X. Let's read some comments. Just said I won't be able to make it to Vegas. Definitely down for future meetups. Yeah. I'll do a lot more meetups, you guys, for sure. I'll do a lot more meetups. So just make sure you stay in the loop with me. So I think we have Crypto Blood coming up. My good guy, Crypto Blood. We're gonna see what he's talking about. But another thing too, I want to talk about, you guys. Now, this has been an ongoing thing, but I want to touch on it real quick. Tory Lanez, this whole Tory Lanez thing. I know Tory personally, you guys, and it's been crazy what's been happening to him. This is a whole conspiracy, you guys. This is one big conspiracy. Like, oh, look at that. Megan Thee Stallion unfollows Gorilla. So, Gorilla just posted something on her story, you guys, and it had a Tory song, and that's how petty she is. She's a petty Betty. And I had my run-ins with her. If you know my story, if you know, you know. But you know what's crazy, you guys? Here's the thing. This is what really crazy. So peep this. So I posted a video. You guys, about Tory Lanez and everything else. This is right before he got stabbed. Okay, so I posted this video right here a day before, May 11th. Okay, posted this video. All right, I posted that video about Tory Lanez. Then a day later, this happens. That's wild. So I really think I kicked this off. I think when it comes to like Tory Lanez and all that sort of stuff, people were saying that somehow, some way, people were saying that Amber Rose is responsible and everything else. But I'm the one that really kicked it off because I've been talking about this for the past year. And, you know, it's weird that he gets stabbed up, right? And then I made another video talking about all the coincidences on how he would be set up, right? I'm just saying.
Wouldn't it be wild if Tory Lanez's former lawyer, Sean Hawley, allegedly set him up and worked for Roc Nation? Wouldn't it be wild if she had a show that she produced based on her life named after Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt? Wouldn't it be wild if her daughter, who was a singer, sang background for Beyonce? It would be even wilder that this is just a month after the alleged shooting in the foot. I mean, it wouldn't be any more wild if that he does an interview explaining that the 4 pieces of DNA on that weapon, none of those were his, then he gets stabbed in jail and is in critical condition. I mean, that would be crazy if that was true, right? Wouldn't it be wild?
So what are the chances, right? What are the chances that all that stuff is true? So you have Sean Hawley, who was his lawyer at the time, right? You have this person who was all the way up until the trial, who was his lawyer. But you mean to tell me that this person has a daughter that same background for Beyonce? You mean to tell me that this person has a show called Reasonable Doubt named after Jay-Z's first album? And here's the thing. Tory probably didn't know any of this until after the fact. That's why he fired her. And then right before the trial, he had somebody else, but you had this other person building your case and then railroaded you. Right? So all these different things that should add up. It's kind of weird. And then the DNA thing was weird. 4 pieces of DNA on there. None of it was his. I'm just saying. We got crypto blood in the house. Let's bring him up. What's the deal?
What's up, man? I got my Bitcoin orange D-boy hat on today. We
Yes,
making
sir.
all kinds, man. We doing it.
There you go. There you go, man. How you feeling? First, let's talk about what you been up to and what you got going on, bro? How you been?
I took a sabbatical, man. I'm now just getting back into the swing of things, bro. So I'm feeling good, man. I'm surprised that Bitcoin is at all-time highs. Not gonna lie, thought we would take another leg lower before going higher.
Right.
I talked about on my live stream this morning that you got to watch the correlation between the Nasdaq and Bitcoin. The correlation is like around zero point 0.8 coefficient correlation. So that's like almost 100%. It's really high, but the last 2 days we've seen a break in the correlation. So that's exciting. Hopefully it can stay that way. We'll see. We got to just give it I say a few more days, maybe to the end of the week to see what happens. But I think the Nasdaq ended up closing. Yeah, Nasdaq closed lower. It was down a 1.5% almost, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1.4% it was down. So to see that break is positive news, man. I'm excited. We just gotta hold it. We gotta see if this is a new era for Bitcoin. We'll have to see, bro.
Could be. And here's the thing. I was just saying this to Leslie. She was on a little bit earlier that this is the same cycle that we've been through the last cycle, right? So we had the halving, and then going into the summer, then that's when everything went crazy. So could be ramping up for that. We did have a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill that got passed, and a multitude of other things that's leading up to institutional money coming in. So could be a lot. And somebody said in the comments that Tether just printed up 2 billion tokens. Could be getting ready for something. So it looks like we're moving in that direction. So I would say.
We'll see, bro. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm excited, though. I'm excited. Only time will tell.
Right. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. So we'll see, you guys. So we are at we are back at 110. We're back at 110.
Yeah.
So it's looking good. You know, all time.
I still see a pullback. Mav, in the summer.
Okay.
Because I'm not convinced. And this is why. This has really nothing to do with crypto, more so the traditional markets. I feel like, and you let me know how you feel about this. I feel like the China Trump deal is not gonna fold. It's gonna fall through. I don't see Xi. I see him rather fall on the sword than to strike a deal with Trump.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it's their it's their culture, man. Like, they got this whole 300-year plan of taking back over, right, from the West. And they've been doing a pretty good job the last 20 years. And this is really Trump is the first bump in the road. Everybody else let these, I don't want to curse. I don't know if I can curse on. Let these people do whatever they want to do. For the last 20 years, man, since NAFTA hit, it's been rolling out the red carpet for the CCP.
Right. That is true.
Right.
And I've been telling people that China's been running amok on us. We've been infiltrated on a whole nother level.
Yes.
So when you have, senior advisors to the Federal Reserve being Chinese spies, when they own 400,000 acres of land in America,
when they got police departments in Manhattan,
secret police departments. That's
I think
crazy.
We talked about that.
We did.
Either me or you, me and Big Homie. I can't remember. It was me and you or me and Big Homie. But yeah,
we probably talked about it.
Diabolical, bro.
Yeah, these are
treasonous.
Secret Chinese police stations, fully functional police stations, right under our noses. It's crazy. That's infrastructure.
So they're hitting some resistance, Mav. In their plan, in their 300-year plan, and I just don't see them, or Xi, I should say. I don't see Xi just folding and striking a deal that we know the deal is going to be advantageous towards us, right? Because any deal is a better situation than what we've been in with China, right? So
Mhm.
that right there by itself. So I just don't see him doing that. I think he would rather commit political suicide, get booted out, um, than to fold. So that's
Could
just
be. Could be.
my two satoshis on it. I don't know.
It could be. I mean, we'll see because I know it was a 90-day holding deal
Right.
that they had. We'll see how
Exactly.
that shakes out. I think they want to get through this summer,
Right.
and then from there, they can come back to
So
the
that's what
table.
I'm saying. That's my thesis is that by the end of the summer, when is the 90-day around August? It should be. That's about right.
Around there.
That's when I think we're gonna see some turbulence in the markets.
Ah, okay. So we're gonna have a nice
Yeah.
summer.
Yep.
Let everybody take their vacations, take their crypto profits and everything else, they stock profits, and then going into the fall, might get a little shaky.
I think so. We'll see.
That's
Ain't got
a
nothing
good
to do with
theory.
crypto. It has nothing to do with crypto. This is all geopolitical.
Geopolitical, yeah, it's all geopolitical
Stuff.
for sure,
Yeah.
100%. It could be, it could be.
We'll
I
see.
think that it could be. That's a good theory because they keep kicking the can down the road with this deal and everything else, tariff for tariff, and then now they dropped it. So they playing chess, they playing a
For
high risk
sure.
game.
For sure. For sure.
Somebody said I think G is with Trump. So I mean they could be playing the game. They could be playing the game, you guys. I mean these are like the two biggest economies on Earth. So it could
What
be
do they
something.
mean by they think Xi is with Trump? What does he mean?
They think it's like he's in cahoots.
Oh,
So, but crypto blood is saying the latter. He's saying that they rather hold their pride and not fold, which is it's a tough position to
okay.
be in.
Think about this, Mav. See, a lot of people don't. I know you do because you've been a Trump supporter. I'm assuming since his first term.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm just assuming that, but you remember Trump got hard with China in his first term and
Yeah,
put some aggressive tariffs on them in 2018,
right.
and they were supposed to be implemented in 19. And
Mhm.
they lied and lied and lied and said they were going to do this and do that and do that. And they never did. And then all of a sudden we get this mysterious virus that shuts everything down.
Uh-oh.
I'm just
Going down
saying.
that rabbit hole.
I'm just saying, bro.
And
So
to add credence to what you're saying, now these biolabs
yeah,
that they have in China, you guys, I think that we've been sold out because guess who they're funded by? The US. Okay? We fund a lot of biolabs around the world. So that's no different. That's not an isolated incident. So I think that again, two things are happening at the same time because China was very much so in cahoots with the last administration. Okay. That's why these borders were open because it wasn't Mexicans that was crossing the border, you guys. It was war age males, Chinese nationals crossing the border more than Mexicans. Okay. That's why we have these police stations and everything else. Who do you think is letting them in? Who do you think is giving them the supplies? Just saying. So
yeah, man. I finally, I was watching podcasts. I think Martin Armstrong. Do you know who Martin Armstrong is?
no.
Okay, he's an economist dude, forecaster. Went to jail. They framed him back in the 80s or 90s. He did some time in jail, whatever. But anyway, he put it this way. He said that people, at least I was so confused about the Biden administration, about Obama, and even the Republicans, why they would be selling out our country the way they are. And it made sense. He said because they think the writing is on the wall, man. The debt is unsustainable. We're going to have a debt crisis, a sovereign crisis here in America in the next 10 years or so. And they're like, let's loot and take everything that we possibly can out this bad boy. And so that's what you were seeing. You were seeing our politicians, our leaders, just siphoning off all the wealth, selling everything to everybody else around the world because they knew it was over. They know it's coming to an end, and so that's why we're seeing the betrayal of Americans. Just our sovereignty. I said, damn, that makes sense.
You're saying we've been sold out.
Yeah.
And you're saying that because here's a theory. You're saying that Trump is the last president of this regime that we call America.
Yeah.
Okay? So maybe even he knows that. Maybe he knows, like, hey, this is the last hurrah before we go into this whole new system. This is why he's pushing crypto and everything else, because crypto can't survive in this old system. The new system has to be completely revamped, or the old system has to go into this new system.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. These next couple of years, and I've been told, you know what's crazy? I've been told by a psychic that used to work for the CIA. She told me that Trump only has 3 years in office, starting now, and then 2 more years after, and then that's it. I'm like, well, does he get off or something? She was like, no, I don't think he is. It's just that it just ends. Like, it turns into something else. I was like, damn, that really goes back to that Ingersoll Lockwood book where he writes a book called The Last President.
What's the name? What's the author name?
Ingersoll Lockwood.
Okay, never heard of it. Okay.
So I'll pull it up. So there's a book called The Last President. Okay. The book came out in, I believe it was 1896. And I'll pull this up right here.
Does it talk about Byron Trump or something like that in that book?
Exactly.
Or that's something else? Oh, it is that. Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. So he wrote a few books, right?
Right.
So this book is called 1900 or The Last President, quote unquote, right? So this book is about a person who's anti-system, runs for president,
wow,
wins, disrupts the entire system, right? And he is basically depicting that who Trump is. And it's crazy. It's crazy because this person in this book lives on Fifth Avenue. Right? This guy is from New York, lives on Fifth Avenue, anti-establishment. He never mentions his name, but everything he says in the book is literally about Trump. Right?
See, so when I see stuff like this, bro, I just wonder, because I have a hard time wrapping my head around this stuff. Sure, they could be psychics. That's possible. I guess that's one plausible scenario for these types of things. Or two, we live in a simulation, bro, and it's already like written. I guess two things can be true at the same time, but it's just weird, man, because there was a book, a similar thing. There was a book called what is the name of that book? Evil Eyes, or it's a book that was made in 1984 or 5 that predicted the COVID virus. They called it Wuhan 400.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Somebody said bring up the Barron Trump book, Time Travel. So yeah, this is the book too, you guys. Ingersoll Lockwood wrote this book. Barron Trump. He has a book about Barron Trump. And basically his mentor in the book is named Don.
Yeah, right.
So this
Diabolical.
person, Baron, is able to time travel and everything else. He has a mentor named Don. And again, it goes back to what are the chances that this person wrote 2 books about Barron Trump and Donald Trump? How?
Eyes of Darkness, Dean Koontz. Math. Eyes of Darkness.
All right, let's pull that up. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I think I've heard of this book. Yeah. Okay. So what is this book about again?
Bro, I didn't read the book. I just know the excerpt, and I did a video back when we were right in the middle of this damn virus thing, man. And I broke it all down, and I showed some random lady on Facebook sent it to me. Like, look at this book, and she sent screenshots and everything. So she literally sent physical screenshots, or I shouldn't say physical. She sent screenshots from her phone of the physical book and the pages that it was on, and it showed he talked about a virus coming out of Wuhan, China. This is in 1984, bro. Out of Wuhan, China, called Wuhan 400. They called the virus, and it leaked, and it all this stuff, man. I'm just like, what is going on, bro? Like,
so I got you. Here you go. I found it. So check this out. I remember this. So Eyes of Darkness, you guys. Here you go. So in the book right here.
There you go. Yep.
This is crazy. I remember this. Wuhan 400 is a perfect weapon. It inflicts only human beings. No other living creature can carry it. And like syphilis, Wuhan 400 can't survive outside a living human body for longer than a minute. Oh, that's crazy.
So look, they call this stuff Wuhan. It developed our DNA labs. Our DNA labs, bro. What is the you know what? It's a rDNA.
It's mRNA.
mRNA. But
that's
you know,
eerily similar.
Very similar, bro.
Wow. That's crazy work.
I don't understand, man. Crazy work.
We are in a simulation. We got to be in a simulation, bro.
Gotta be.
Because, I mean, even in another book, it's called Behold the Pale Horse.
Pale Horse, right.
Where Bill Cooper talks about all the school shootings. It's actually a project called Project Orion, in which that they create these school shooters. So I'll pull that up too. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
And he depicts this very thing, that these are psyops that are happening, right? So when you see a quote unquote school shooting, then just know it's planned on a grand scale. So let me pull that up real quick. I posted that not too long ago. It was crazy. But just seeing that, like how it's always in books and people write stuff, you know?
Very interesting.
Yeah, this is crazy. And let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I posted it. Let me see. A little while back. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it.
Hit that like button. Make sure you guys go follow Mav.
Yes, sir.
X.
Here it is. More. I got it. So peep this. Check this out. So we just had some shootings happen in last month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was at FSU and a Dallas high school. Same week. So in the book, Behold a Pale Horse, there's a CIA program called Orion that uses drugs and hypnosis on mental patients to incite them to commit school shootings. It's right here. The government encourages the manufacture and the importation of military firearms for criminal use. And then the excerpt says using drugs and hypnosis on mental patients in a process called Orion. The CIA calculates the desire into these people to open fire on schoolyards, thus inflame the, I can't read that word
Yeah, I
right
don't know
there,
what that says.
anti-gun lobby. This plan is
okay.
well underway and so far is working perfectly. The middle class is begging the government to do away with the Second Amendment. So that's crazy.
Bro, listen, I don't put nothing past the CIA.
Oh, you can't.
That is man, they are the most, like, I've never seen an agency or a group as evil as them.
And I just did a podcast the other day with a military official, and he literally told me, because he was being recruited for the CIA, he was telling me that, because he was in I believe in the Navy or the Army, he was saying that the CIA isn't technically a part of the government.
I believe that.
So they operate outside of the government, right? Because here's the thing. Think about this. Government officials can be always replaced or changed. But when you have, like, quote unquote, a shadow government that really never goes away, you can change, like, the director of the CIA, but the actual body of it, they just kind of operate outside of the government. This is why they have, like, special ops to where even the president doesn't know, and so on and so forth. They always put it in the movies, you guys. So they
always put it in the movies, man.
Right?
Always.
So it's very interesting. So they actually move outside and outside the government per se.
Yeah, I mean, every scandal that I've ever heard about, it always involved the CIA. I'm talking about from the aliens, that shit. You know, I'm hearing that they're involved in human trafficking to find people that have psychic capabilities. They're stealing humans to put them into some secret program so they can man these crafts.
Yep, exactly. It's crazy. That's why I always say, you guys, watch the movies, man. They put it in the movies.
They put it in. Why? I have no clue, but they definitely put them in the movies, man. They put everything you need to know in the movies.
Somebody said in the comments that's why Kennedy wanted to end the CIA. Kennedy wanted to do a lot.
Yeah. Very similar to Trump, man. So that's why we got to make sure. I don't know. We can't do nothing, but I just hope they protect Trump. And
here's the thing. I make the parallels with Trump too, like in JFK. So JFK, he wanted to end a lot of programs like the CIA and everything else, but also the power from the Fed, right? So he wanted to put us on a silver standard. He wanted to use silver certificates. That's what our money was being, used for, as far as like being backed by silver. And they smoke them, right? Same thing with Trump. Think about it. Trump is trying to push what? Cryptocurrency. That takes power from who? The Fed. Because you know that a U.S. regulator, Fed regulator, just came out and said that banks don't have to adhere to the Fed when it comes to self-custodial crypto. So now they can just buy. They can just buy, and we got Big Homie in the building.
Oh man! Oh, not my dog.
What's the word?
I'm following them.
Jeez.
Sir, what's up, Maverick? What's up, Crypto Blood? What's up, gentlemen?
Hey man, the star is here.
How y'all
What's
feeling?
the word?
Y'all good?
We good, man. We just going over these documents, man. Making the connections as always, Bitcoin,
all I know is
all-time high.
I put a tweet out, Big Homie. I said I'll never eat another Tootsie Roll in my life.
Oh,
So you put a tweet out?
I put a tweet. I said I'll never eat another Tootsie Roll in my life. I don't know if you saw the Freddie P Art of Dialogue joint. That you need to go on
Did
Art
y'all
of
hear me?
Dialogue, bro.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Oh, he cut out.
Yeah, his phone be sure. This is a normal thing now, you guys. It's a normal thing. This is a normal thing, you guys.
That's crazy work right there. Like
It's
that's
crazy work.
man. It's the last
said-
thing I heard. You said you put a tweet out, bro.
Yeah, no, I was saying I put a tweet out regarding this Diddy stuff, man. I guess the Tootsie Roll that's been trending lately because they.
That's sick work.
It's ugly out here, man. It's
I
ugly.
said I'd never eat another Tootsie Roll in my life, bro. No Diddy.
No Diddy. So you know, man, Maverick and I actually about to pull up to the actual court trial here next week.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sir.
man. Hey, I want to just go ahead and say this right now. Tory Lanez is getting out of jail because of the Maverick approach.
And here's what I was saying. Like right before you came on. Now, I saw some tweets and I sent it to you. And all of a sudden, everybody's on the Tory bandwagon, okay?
That's crazy. That's crazy. They wasn't doing
And that's cool. I'm glad that he's getting the shine that he needs to because he needs to get out of jail. But I was saying this a year plus ago, right?
But
I was saying this a long time ago. I was telling my story about Meg and how I was
Right.
working with Tory and everything else. And nobody wanted to say anything.
no,
Tasha
I watched your stream you did maybe 3 months ago or 2 months ago that reiterate you did the whole story over again. Nobody
Right.
was listening.
Nobody was listening. I
Listen.
did a whole podcast before I released it on Tasha K. She did not release it. I don't know if they got to her.
conspiracy.
Fact,
It's an active-
conspiracy fact.
There's an active conspiracy taking place because why wouldn't that interview come out?
That's crazy.
Why is that? And you know,
That's crazy.
we didn't see a couple other people sit on some Maverick interviews and wait a little time to put them out as well. And I do feel like that is because the content that you put out requires people to actually have to use their brain and actually have to go fact check stuff. So after they do the fact check and they see, wait a second, this stuff is checking out, then they want to drop the content. Now, I feel like we may see Tasha K drop this Maverick interview. If Tory Lanez comes on, we gonna see Tasha K drop that. And I want to say this as well. You know, Maverick had explained to me and Devon that he had a dream that Diddy was out of jail. He got off and he got out. Maverick said that, and I can attest to Maverick's dreams and shit becoming reality. His brother said the same thing, and the way this case is looking,
Yeah, this case ain't going. I don't know what the prosecutor angle is, bro. Their strategy it don't seem right. They seem like they leaning heavy. Maybe I'm wrong. It seemed like they leaning real heavy on this Cassie stuff.
Yes, they are.
And that's really not the. I don't know, man.
She's already been paid off. That's the thing. So why
Right.
are we still talking to her?
Right.
And we're trying to have a case about a RICO. How are you in a RICO by yourself?
one man on the what happened to the drug mule? Where is he?
He got off.
The
The drug mule that they caught at the airport, he took a deal, and now he's never talked about ever again.
That's weird work. That's
Very
weird.
Lucian Grange. Lucian Grange was part of the original case.
Oh, he ain't never gonna be wrapped up in that.
That's what I'm saying. All these people are
That's the
dropping
top
out.
gun data.
So I got some information, and I can confirm this. That after they locked up Diddy, they locked up that guy Michael Jeffries from Abercrombie.
Yes.
He got him and a dozen other guys pretty much got indicted, right? But he was the ring leader. He's pleading insanity right now.
He is out of his case because they said he has dementia and he's not fit for trial.
They trying to pull a Sleepy Joe on him. Okay.
Yes.
I do,
Okay.
but that person, he had ties to Diddy as well, and the fact that he didn't flip and he got off on, he's pretty much out of that case is another reason why Diddy's case is playing out like this, because the other person who they expected to be under certain scrutiny, he's finna get off.
Crazy.
He didn't roll on nobody.
Right.
That's what we watching take place right now. That's what we watching happen.
Yeah, the
So-
sex trafficking part is a very, very weak play argument. It's the RICO that gets the niggas. That's what get niggas, the RICO. And you can't have a RICO, like you said, big homie, by yourself. One man RICO.
That doesn't make sense.
Don't work.
Crazy, dog. Like,
It
come
doesn't
on.
make sense, you guys. It
I
doesn't
never-
make sense.
I ain't never seen that before, man. One man Rico, that's outlandish.
So
One man.
here's the thing too, though. So you have Mike Jeffries, pleading, he's unfit for trial. He'll come back. You have Diddy's case being shaky to where it is now, we're not talking about the RICO. We're talking about, I think they're really hyper focused on Cassie because there's like a way to like spin it somewhere, somehow, maybe an assault. And this is not to negate anything that he's done, right?
Right.
But
Right.
there's a bigger thing at play. That's what I think. Something's bigger at play. Diddy's just a cog in the wheel when it comes to this whole thing. Just like Epstein. Epstein was a big part, but he's not the end all.
Bro, where are the Epstein files? Are we just supposed to forget about that? Or...
Where's the files?
Bro, where the MLK files? You could at least put the MLK joints out.
They were supposed to do that. Where's that?
And then you got what's his name? Bon Jovi, not Bon. What's his name? The FBI. What's my man name? You got Cash Patel, and then the guy Bonjo.
Oh yeah. You talking about Pam Bondi?
No. The black dude.
Oh yeah. The other guy's part of the FBI. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
they come out and say that Epstein killed himself.
Yeah, that's whack, bro.
When I heard that, man, that really disappointed me, bro. I thought Cash Patel was solid.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, Bongio. Yeah, they said Epstein offed himself, and I'm like, damn, man, Patel, come on, bro.
If he offed himself, why were the cameras on that floor off that day?
Why did security guards fall asleep?
And they haven't released the Epstein list because they don't want a rise in anti-Semitism. That's why they haven't released that list. That's the sole reason why. And for Congressman Luna to be calling for Tory Lanez release, it's almost as if our government is having a civil war within itself right now.
For sure.
Wait. I didn't hear about this.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Oh man, let me pull that up. Hold on, let me pull that up, bro.
Old girl from Florida.
Yeah.
She fine, bro. She look good too, man. I got a crush on that congressman.
Anything, bro. Nobody was saying nothing, bro, until Maverick dropped that video, man. When he dropped the Tory Lanez video, bro, the next day the man gets stabbed, and then right after that, here come Rep Luna, the congressional rep. Last week they had UFO hearings, and now they talk about Tory Lanez.
That's crazy, dog.
Come on.
A rapper, a Canadian rapper? That's crazy.
That's crazy work.
So there you go. Look, I'm calling on Gavin Newsom to review Tory Lanez case and issue a pardon
Bro, this is cousin Maverick, bro. This is cousin. Bro, wasn't nobody else saying shit, bro. This is Maverick, cousin Maverick, bro. Nobody else even had a story that could even show factual of Megan Thee Stallion doing something wild to somebody. Maverick is the only guy who got.
Yo, she ends the joint with free Tory Lanez. Oh my god, man.
Bro, this we are the media now, man.
That's
Oh
a
yeah,
fact.
for sure. Round of applause.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. That's a
I'm
fact.
just saying.
That's a fact.
She said a 10-year sentence was based on flawed evidence, political pressure, and prosecutorial bias. Justice may be blind, not driven by headlines.
Man, once Maverick told me, I did an interview with Cam Capone with me and King Yella, and I broke down what Maverick conveyed to me about the same thing. So it's kind of like, you know, once that fire gets started, I don't care who you are. If you got an iPhone in your hand and you on Instagram and you on X, you gon' see the guys put that information out, bro. There's no way around that. For Rep Luna to be on there calling for that,
that's crazy.
that's crazy work, bro.
I just never.
And all this started.
In crypto, that's wild, ain't it, bro?
That is wild, bro. That's news to me, my homie. That's news to me.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so because she, you know, and that's the thing. Again, I was seeing tweets saying, "Oh, Amber Rose is the reason," and everything else. I'm like, we got to back up a little bit. Not maybe now everybody's saying it, but we were talking about it. Released the clip. Now all this stuff happens right after.
So who actually shot her? Was it the bodyguard or was her girlfriend?
So peep this. This is what this is from the account of the girl Kelsey's bodyguard when he overheard her and the husband talking about X, Y, and Z. Right? Says this, and this lines up. So, mind you, there's 4 pieces of DNA on that weapon. It was a male, a female, and a male. None of those were Tory. That's what he said, right? That's one. So in this story, he says that the bodyguard, Kelsey's bodyguard, says Kelsey had the gun, shot at Meg a couple of times. Tory tries to stop her, knocks the gun out of her hand. The gun goes off a few more times when it drops, right? So she doesn't get shot, but there is police camera footage of her stepping out, Meg, and when she steps out, she steps on glass. That's where the whole foot thing came from. This is all documented. This is on footage.
Damn.
Hey, bro, I have shot people. I have been shot, man. You are not walking around the next day.
She was twerking, right?
Bro,
she was on stage twerking.
How?
The next day.
I done seen guys catch a foot shot, bro. The injuries that she showed just don't convey that to me.
No way.
You're not walking around after catching a foot shot from a 9mm, man. Not the next day.
I'm just saying.
Right.
So that's what happened. So that's what the bodyguard said. And here's the thing, too. Just to give you more context, Tory was messing around with Meg, but he was also hitting Kelsey, too.
Yep.
Right.
So
I heard something
messing
about
with
that.
Kelsey, so they were getting mad and getting into it because they was fighting over him and all this other stuff. So, and then and another third part, which really pissed everybody off, was Tory was about to get Kylie that night.
A round of applause. I didn't know y'all niggas in the 6 had that much game up there in Canada.
They run into the 6 with
So that's the whole story, though. So like, you know,
that's crazy.
If you watch that live, because they were live that night when they were in the pool, him, Meg, and Kylie, he was being flirtatious with Kylie and everything else. You can tell that Meg was getting annoyed. And then she was getting jealous and everything else. Then she finds out that her friend was sleeping with Tory as well. Tory, he was getting around. He's making it happen.
He was making it happen for sure. For sure.
But for them to say he shot her and said dance, bitch, dance, come on, bro.
Oh wow.
All that
Dang,
goofy shit.
man.
That's literally out of a movie. That's
Come
literally
on.
out of a movie.
Literally.
What's that? Harlem Nights?
Yeah, that's Harlem Nights. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They taking shit from movies and
Damn, they
putting it.
taking. That's man. You can't make this shit up, bro.
Literally can't make this shit up. Got to be more careful out here, man.
Got to be more careful.
Got to be more careful, man.
Yeah, so
I'm telling you.
free Tory, man. I hope he do get out early. How's he doing, man? He doing?
So yeah, they said he's stable. He got stabbed up 14 times, and right now he's stable. And they said he's in high spirits. Luna talked to him, so she's in close contact.
Wait.
I'll pull
She
it up.
talk to this dude, bro.
Yeah, peep this.
Oh, this is crazy.
This is getting wild. I think she has a personal account too. I saw on her personal account she was saying something. Let me see. Yeah, she kind of nice too. She kind of cute too.
Oh, she very cute. Very cute.
What's up,
I
Anna?
know she married, but
Holla. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. So let's pull this up. Oh yeah, she married. Damn. All right.
yeah, she married. I checked that out immediately. I was like,
So look, she's posting. Look, the evidence speaks for itself. Free Tory Lanez. She said she talked to him. He's in high spirits. She said something about. Let's see. She said she's tweeting about it a lot. Let me see if I can find the other tweet. Let's see. Justice isn't served when due process is ignored. Evidence is mishandled, and race plays a role in sentencing. Tory Lanez deserves a fair hearing.
oh, I like her.
It's
I
crazy.
like her even more. Yeah, I like her even more. She even pointed out the race part. Yep,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's crazy work.
For sure. When we gonna see Big Homie on Art of Dialogue though? That's what I'm trying to sit up and watch and get my popcorn out and kick back and watch Art of Dialogue. Ask one question and then you just go off. You know how his interviews do. This nigga, I ain't never seen.
Yeah.
He's definitely got an art to it because this nigga asks one question and then
go off.
the guests just take off.
Yeah,
I'll be right back. One second.
So he actually somebody had plugged me with him last week.
Okay.
Coming soon.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
For sure. Coming
That's
soon.
what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah.
What's been up with you though, bro?
Man, bro. Going on retrievals, traveling, filming, adjusting to my lifestyle now. It's a lot different than it was last year. You feel me? I just got to Arizona right now. I'm in the airport today, bro. I took so many pictures, bro. Like TSA coming out, asking me, "Am I okay?"
Oh, wow.
And like sometimes I just be shocked that this is my life. Like, damn, like. But I've just been working, bro. Staying active, staying on the move, getting to it. Living a more healthier lifestyle. You feel as you can see no Kool-Aid in my cover in my hand.
There you go. H2O. You sure there ain't vodka in there?
Oh no.
You sure there ain't no gin, no bumpy face in there, boy?
No bumpy face. No, I'm a cognac guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what's up, bro. I heard you crashed the whip or somebody hit you or something, man.
Yeah, very very weird situation. Got hit from the side. I done have my driver EO looking at me crazy as hell. Like, why would somebody crash into us right here? Like, he looking at it, then they reverse and drive off. You feel me? Like, You know, somebody didn't want me to do that Piers Morgan interview, bro. Like, somebody didn't want me to do it, but
Damn.
got it done.
Yeah, that Pierce joint was legendary, bro.
But check this out. So, you know, it did so well, the producer's been hitting me up. So I told them, I said, I showed them this shit with Tory Lanez. I showed them Maverick's video. I showed them the shit with Rev Luna. So they looking into that right now. And, you know, me and Maverick been invited to come on to do Piers Morgan again. But we plan to do it in person, though. So, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, but we got some shit working. I got to get on the call with Michael Franzese here right now.
Oh,
I'm gonna take this call right. I'm gonna take this call right here. I gotta talk to Franzese. We got some shit lined up, and if y'all still on, I'll jump back on.
Okay.
There you go.
All right,
Homie,
Yeah,
man.
the interview going crazy. Like I wanted to pull it up. I think it's at almost 3 million. That's crazy. So
The Pierce joint with Big Home?
Yeah, so I'll pull it up real quick. So yeah, it's at there he is right there. Yeah, that joint is at 2.6 million.
2.6. Dang,
Man.
Bro, that was only what, not even 10 days ago.
Nah, that was 3-4 days ago.
3-4 days ago.
That's crazy. So yeah, we working though. We working for sure, man.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, that's good. Glad to see some good genuine dudes winning, man. It's been polluted. You know, this social media has been polluted with psyops and fake people and all types of just nonsense, man. So it's just good to see. It's a breath of fresh air. Refreshing.
Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, we're probably gonna wrap it up, you guys. But I appreciate everybody coming through. We had Leslie come through. We had Crypto Blood come through. Big homie CC. Everybody was a party. So make sure you guys go follow Crypto Blood. Let them know your handle. I know it's right there, but make sure you
Crypto Blood _ on X, and then on YouTube, just Crypto Blood or the Red Nugent. Type in either of those, you'll find me.
Yes, sir. So also, just to remind you guys, go to my school. So my new program, Break the Matrix, is live, you guys. I want to bring you guys into this because it's a whole community. Just make sure you go to, well, actually, let me pull it up real quick because I want to show you guys. So I just started it, but
nice.
Just started it like the other day. So make sure you guys get in. Hit my link tree if you guys want to get in. So we have a whole classroom where I'm teaching, real estate, crypto, sovereignty, everything that I talk about. Everything is now the hub of this place right here for all the information. We'll do live calls and everything else. You'll be able to interact with me. So make sure you guys get in there for sure. It's subscription based, so it's a community. So make sure you guys get in there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump in there myself too. Someone asks, is Big Homie and Crypto Blood gonna be in the Of course, we're gonna be doing some stuff in the VIP community with Mav for sure.
Yes, sir.
You'll see him. You'll see Big Homie for sure. I know.
For sure. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Till next time, I'm gonna be going live probably like at least 5 days a week now. So I'm gonna go Monday through Friday.
What time?
5 o'clock.
Okay.
Cool. 5 o'clock. Cool. So I'll be on you guys.
My time. All right, bet. Sounds good, bro. Good catching up with you, bro.